everybody, today we're going to take a look at Star Wars Luke Skywalker Rebel Hero from Yavin 4. This is the 1/6 scale figure from Sideshow Collectibles, part of the Heroes of the Rebellion line. And this one was a Sideshow exclusive for Celebration 4. And it came out to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the original Star Wars. So, if you know anything about Sideshow exclusive, normally that sticker indicates that you get an extra little bit or something. And usually they're quite limited, but with this figure he is actually the Sideshow exclusive, so he was only available at Celebration 4 like I said, but amazingly this guy's everywhere. You can get him so cheaply on eBay and places that if you just want to start collecting these guys, this is one to get. It's so cheap, they're practically giving it away. So this is my first Sideshow figure. So I'll give you a few of my thoughts on it. I do like the box. It comes in this nice black box. It's very big. Got a nice picture of Luke on the front there. There's a little bit of difference on his medal. The actual toy doesn't look like that. That's got more of a chrome effect on it. On the side you can see him there again. And on the back we've got these nice little clips from the film. And we've got a couple of others in the range. We've got a Sarge Ventress and a Plo Koon Jedi Master. So this box opens out, and I do rather like the way they do this. On one side we've got magnets on it, and that'll just pop open. And it all opens up like that. Now a lot of the Sideshow figures have one there, and then you get a separate bit for all the accessories. But this guy doesn't come with much, so he's all inclusive in that one window there. And then we've got all this text here about the rebellion basically, and a bit about Luke Skywalker. And it says on the bottom, accessories include flight trousers, undershirt, jacket and boots, belt with buckle, blaster with holster, medal with strap, pistol hand, grip hand and force hand. So not too many bits on this one, but like I said, it is definitely an entry level Sideshow. So within the box, this is how he comes. He comes in a sort of cardboard inner tray with a blue background, and you get plastic tray with a lid, and you can see with this being all in one, you don't get the separate container for all the bits. It's just all in one place. So you've got his stand behind his legs there, two hands at the top, and also his little blaster, and everything else is just on the figure ready. So this is the figure, 12 inches tall, looks pretty good. I do have a couple of issues with it. Number one being the head sculpt, and number two being the belt, but I'll come to that shortly. So as you can see, he comes with the brown pants with the little stripes on the side. I believe these are a reuse of the trousers that Bespin Han Solo comes with, but I may be wrong. And I would imagine the boots will be the same. He's got these huge boots, so his articulation in his ankles doesn't really do a lot. So we've got quite a nice head sculpt. I think the hair's pretty good. I do have some issues with the face though. From the side, he doesn't look too bad. But if you look at him dead on, there's just something a little off about those eyes. He's got the little mole on his cheek, just like Mark Hamill does. I'm not sure if the nose was always that big. I think that might be where the issue is. His nose is quite big, and that top lip seems to be sort of protruding a little bit. But on the whole, he's not too bad. So in big close-up I think you can see there the eyes. They are very well done, and they do have the little glint to them, but they just look a little bit off. So the head is articulated just like all the usual Sideshow figures. It moves up and down and it twists left and right. You sort of get some angles out of it. You can do that with him. So you can pose him pretty much however you want. So onto the jacket, and I think this is an excellent jacket this. It's got all these little bits of detail on. It's got the ribbon down the sides of the sleeves there. This bit's actually padded as well. On the back you can see, well, if you're going to put the stand on him, you can either have it stuck out like that or curved up over the top. But if you don't have him on the stand, that's not an issue. Doesn't have any pockets or anything like that, but not bad. Underneath there we've got this shirt, and this does have long sleeves, and that's got the little stud under there, and you can take all that off if you want to, or you could just remove the jacket and have him as sort of the Luke Starkiller look from the early images. So it comes with this belt, and it's quite a good little belt. It's a shame that buckle on the front wasn't metal, but it might have solved some of the issues I have with this. He has this holster, which is extremely tight to put the blaster in. You've got to sort of slide it through and twist it. Try not to put too much pressure on these, because these look like they're just going to snap off. And it goes all the way around back to the front. Now this little buckle at the front, you can see there's a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom, and they were attached to that, and they were so thin straight away it just snapped clean off. So I've actually had to glue this back on. Now it was an absolute nightmare to do that. I tried super glue, it was just too small. These are like no bigger than a pin, so to get any kind of strength on the bond was just ridiculous. So what I ended up doing was I used 2-part epoxy, which is super glue, and I actually glued the plastic to the leather bit instead and left that overnight, and it seems to uphold pretty nicely. But I was very disappointed with that. So as with all the Sideshow figures, there's quite a lot of posability on these guys. You can do all sorts. There's swivels and hinges and twists and everything going on in the arms and legs. There's a joint in the top of the torso. He's got one at the waist as well. Legs move all over. They are hindered a little bit by these trousers. They're a little tight. And obviously at the knees, I think these are double jointed knees, so you can bring it all the way back if you so desired. And obviously these massive boots are going to stop you doing anything below this bit really, but they do look good. Now this guy, for me, looks best like he should be on the box cover and in the movie, where he's got his arms behind his back like that. So as this is the Yavin ceremony Luke Skywalker, we do get his medal, and it's just a gold plastic bit with a material strap on, and that'll just pop over his head and sit like that, so you can have him getting his award just like at the end of the film. So this is the blaster he comes with, and it looks more like a Princess Leia blaster to me. It's very small, and it's got the long, is that a silencer or something on the front there? Don't know how it works when you've got blaster beams. It does have a little tiny bit of paint on there. There's a little red dot, but other than that there's no metallic highlights or anything. I'm sure you could sort that out if you were that way inclined, but I don't want to ruin it. So that's the blaster. It does fit in his holster, like I say, but it's really tight. It's a struggle to get this bit through the holster, so I'm not going to put it on him because I don't want to break the belt again. He also comes with an extra set of hands, and this one is like a force gesture hand, and the sculpt on these are really good. You can see all the detail on the knuckles and the veins in the back of his hand and stuff. Really good. And then this one, this is his blaster pistol hand, I guess, and there is a bit of flexibility on these, but they are quite tight. I know some of the Sideshow figures have separate fingers, and this hand doesn't. It's all just, well, those three are all linked together. That does make it a little tricky, but you can at least put his finger through the trigger there, so you can have him firing it, and they just pop on through the little port on the wrists. I'm not going to put them on because they're really tight on this one, and I don't want to snap anything, but you get the idea. It would look like that. So this is the display stand. As you can see, it's slightly different to the usual Sideshow bases. Got the 30th anniversary logo on there, and as ever you can take this bit out. You need to remove that to get it back in the box, and that just slots in there. And then you've got this piece with the little bit at the bottom there, and that'll just slot in there, and as you move it down it brings those closer together. So a handy tip with all these figures, to get them on the bases without trashing them too much, if you put this bit where you want it to go and then slide it in there, it'll grip it as it goes down and holds it in place, and that saves you having to try and fight to get it in between the two little pegs there. So for an entry level Sideshow figure, I think he's pretty good. You don't expect much when you're getting one of the cheaper ones. You get the basics, just what you need to sort of dip your toe in the world of Sideshow, and then you see where it goes from there. So I'm reasonably pleased with him. Like I say, my only issues were the brittleness on the belt and the head sculpt's a little bit off. But other than that, pretty cool figure. So this has been Luke Skywalker, Yavin Hero. This is Luke, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.